Welcome to the January 2017 Star Wars Canon Update. This month we got some new episodes of Rebels and some new comics, so let's go ahead and get started. I've been keeping up with every Rebels episode and doing reviews on them, and you can check those out here if you'd like to get my in-depth thoughts, but I'll briefly cover each episode now. Ghosts of Geonosis brought Saw Gerrera into the series and taught us a lot about the extermination of Geonosis. It even gave us answers to smaller questions like where did that queen from the Darth Vader comic come from, or why does Saw have respiratory problems? Warhead had a little less going on, but was still enjoyable. It was a good character episode for Zeb, and helped Thrawn move along in his search for the Rebel base. But Trials of the Darksaber was the episode of the month. It focused on Sabine and Mandalore and the Darksaber, and it gave a little shout out to the Mandalorian Wars from Legends. The music was great, the writing was great, the animation was great. It was all around awesome and definitely a must-see episode. I want to start our comics discussion with Dr. Aphra number 3. I am so much more excited about this series than I thought I would be. Like I mentioned last month, the true potential of this series lies in her archaeology background. We'll get to explore Star Wars history through her adventures, and that's exactly what this issue starts to do. Aphra and her father are searching for the Ordu Expectu, who were supposedly an ancient splinter group of the Jedi. And they have to solve this very Indiana Jones-style map puzzle on Yavin 4 to find the way. They discuss the Massassi a bit, which means they probably have some connection to the ancient Jedi, or they could be Sith, but they also talk about Jedha and its historic significance, which leads to a very cool discussion on what most of the galaxy knows about the Death Star, which is very little. From the point of view of most of the galaxy, they heard rumors of a planet-killing weapon that just suddenly stopped. They thought it was a rumor, and believed the attack on Jedha really was just a mining accident. It's very cool to see these events that we are familiar with from a new perspective. On top of all that cool stuff, 000 continues to be a treat, and Black Chrysantan is completely awesome, using an AT-ST turret as a gun. I am really into this story right now. Poe Dameron has been on a roll the past couple months, and this issue continued that storyline, but I didn't find it as great as the past two issues. 3PO makes contact with his droid spy, which turns out to be a Clone Wars-era battle droid, and they escort him out of the city but lose the mechanic Adi, which just further cements that he's probably the mole within Black Squadron. We get more of Terex's history, and we find out that he led the criminal world on Kadak for a good long while before he heard about the First Order. That probably leads him to go hunting for them to join up. He's mentioned before that Hux, Kylo, and Phasma look down on him, and now we can see why. They view him as a thug. Learning about his background has been my favorite part of this comic so far. At the end, we learn that he has what looks like an entire fleet of ugly starfighters, which is pretty sweet. We'll probably see them in action in the next issue. Star Wars 27 continues the Yoda Ark. It's interesting so far, but not really clear yet why Obi-Wan felt it was important enough to write down. The planet Yoda is on is inhabited by children who live in or around some sort of special mountain. We don't know what it's made of yet, but it could be a mountain of kyber crystal. At the very least, the Force is involved with these rocks, and they're metaphorically slippery, as in Yoda tries and fails to catch them with the Force. The kids there are isolated and know nothing of the Force, even though they seem to have some powers in it, but still, it seems like they've split into light and dark side factions. Like Maz said in The Force Awakens, the light and dark are always at odds in some form, and this just seems to be another example of that. Again, it's been an interesting story, but I'm kind of eager to see how it ends, why it's important, and then get back to the main storyline. Also released this month were a Phantom Menace read-along storybook and young reader adaptations of Poe's story from Before the Awakening and The Force Awakens. Next month is going to be very exciting with the introduction of the Darth Maul comic, the final book in the Aftermath trilogy, some new Rebels episodes, and the ongoing comic issues we already have. If you haven't read the Aftermath books yet, you can catch up and get one of them for free on audible.com. Use the link in the description to sign up for a free 30-day trial, and you'll get a credit for one free audiobook of your choice. Both Aftermath books are available along with tons of other Star Wars books, and signing up for a trial will help support the channel as well. The Canon update will return on March 1st, so until then, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and consider checking out my Patreon page. As always, thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.